Greetings, everyone. Well, it's closer look time again here on the Multimedia Chronicles. Today we finish off our look at all of my other Transformers shows that I have in the collection with Transformers Prime. Yeah, all on Blu-ray, no less. Yeah, all the other shows have been DVD only, but this one is good old high def, and boy, does it ever look good. It's an all-CG series that ran from 2010 to 2013 and was the first in what Hasbro referred to as the aligned continuity. Yes, so this is yet another reboot, reimagining, whole new continuity with no ties to anything prior. But the cool thing about Transformers Prime is it kind of cherry picks elements from a lot of the other previous iterations of Transformers and kind of throws them into this mixed bag of stuff. So there's a lot of little nods to G1 and some of the other iterations of Transformers from over the years. A lot of the character designs are pretty heavily inspired by the movie, but also by the old shows, and it's just this really cool mix of stuff. And I gotta say, it is an absolute treat for Transformers fans old and new. This show was so good. Anyway, we're going to check out all the Blu-ray sets that Shout Factory put out of all 3 seasons and the movie which wrapped it all up of Transformers Prime today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Yeah, so I had seen a little bit of Transformers Prime when it first debuted on television. Obviously, I was curious, wanted to check it out. But I didn't really sit down and watch it until I bought the Blu-rays. And then I could sit down and binge it good and proper. And boy, this show just sucked me right in, right from the moment go. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, as someone who's literally been a fan of Transformers since Episode 1 of Generation 1 first aired in 1984, I have to say this show is just such a treat. There's so many little nods. You get a lot of familiar characters returning, either very similar to their original form and characterization, or retooled and reimagined in really interesting ways. So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spoil things for you if you haven't seen it. Just trust me on this. If you're a fan, new or old, you owe it to yourself to check this show out. It is really, really good. I realized while I was editing this that I forgot to mention one of the really cool aspects of this that makes it a treat for Generation 1 fans, namely some of the voice cast. We have Peter Cullen returning as Optimus Prime, and his original nemesis, Frank Welker himself, returning to voice Megatron. How cool is that? And a huge, very honorable mention must go to Jeffrey Combs, who they tapped to voice Ratchet. And holy moly, I gotta say, he fast became my all-time favorite version of Ratchet ever. He's so, so good. So the story was continued beyond the end of Transformers Prime with Transformers Robots in Disguise, not to be confused with the 2001 series of the same name. This is a different one. Now, Transformers Robots in Disguise went in a little bit lighter of a direction in terms of its tone. Transformers Prime is quite a dark story. Dark, serious. It does have little bits of humor in there and lighter moments, but nothing too over the top. For the most part, it plays it straight and just tells its epic storyline without pulling any punches. Robots in Disguise, it's fine, but they went for more of a 2D style, carrying on the sort of character designs that were established in Prime, but more simplistic. It doesn't have all the lovely detailed CG animation that Prime had. And yeah. So Transformers Prime ran for 65 episodes and a movie, which basically wraps the story up. If you're curious about Robots in Disguise, it ran for 71 episodes. Sadly, Robots in Disguise only has a couple of DVD releases. It has all of Season 1, which I think was 26 episodes, and then a couple volumes of just random episodes from Season 2. I don't know what happened, if Shout Factory just lost interest in releasing Transformers stuff, or if they no longer have the license to release later stuff. I don't know. They released like 18 bajillion volumes of Rescue Bots, which, by the way, are in the same aligned continuity as Transformers Prime. But, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, Shout Factory was doing so well with Transformers releases. They were the go-to studio for all things Transformers. They put out Generation 1 in a whole bunch of different sets. Then they put out the Takara series, just calling it the Japanese collection. So that's Headmasters, Master Force, and Victory. And then they put out the Unicron trilogy. That's Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. Then they put out Transformers Animated, the complete series. Then they put out Transformers Prime and these beautiful Blu-ray sets. They started to put out Robots in Disguise on DVD only. I should have taken that as a big red flag. And then they just kind of stopped. Oh, and they put out the aforementioned bajillion volumes of Rescue Bots. By the way, Rescue Bots is the longest running Transformers show ever. Did you know that? Like, in terms of single series, how long a single series is run? Yeah, there's 2 Rescue Bots series. I just learned this recently. I haven't really followed Rescue Bots. They did Rescue Bots, which was 104 episodes. 104 episodes of Rescue Bots. And then they did Rescue Bots Academy, which is also 104 episodes. 208 episodes of Rescue Bots. Yet you couldn't give us a couple more seasons of animated, or put out more DVDs of Robots in Disguise? Like, what's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, going off on a bit of a tangent here. This is the last Transformers video I'm doing for a little while, so I thought I should probably get all my rants in here. Anyway, Transformers Prime is freaking awesome. Let's head on down to the black table and check out the lovely Blu-ray sets that Shout Factory put out before they just decided to ditch the whole Transformers franchise on Blu-ray. Alrighty, the only Transformers series to date that we have in glorious high definition. And really glad we do, too, because this is a really, really good-looking show. I gotta say, I absolutely love it. So there we go. Nothing on the bottom, but we do have the logo on the top. So this, of course, is the limited edition version, and I'll show you what's special about it in just a sec here. So we have all 26 episodes of Season 1. And what makes it special is it comes in a slip box with, of course, the Blu-ray and a special graphic novel that is actually a prequel to the series. So it features the earlier adventures of Cliffjumper and RC, and the events of this comic actually lead right up to the start of the series. It's really, really nice. Beautiful artwork in this, I gotta say. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. I'm pretty sure you can get this individually elsewhere, but it's nice to just kind of have it all included together like that. And then if we take a look at the Blu-ray there, same artwork that's on the box. There we go. Same artwork on the back there. And then we open it up, and we have a little ad for some of the Transformers comics. IDW, of course, doing fantastic work for years now with the Transformers. And we got just an ad for the complete series sets of the original G1 Transformers and Beast Wars from Shout Factory. I, of course, I actually have the old Rhino release of Beast Wars, which was perfectly adequate for me. The Shout Factory one wasn't a significant enough upgrade for me to double dip. And then, of course, I have the Transformers Matrix collection, which was that beautiful box set. I did some videos about that a while back. So, anyway, so here we have the disc. So, Transformers Prime Season 1 was, of course, 26 episodes. So we have all of those spread across 4 discs. Very nice. And then on the back of the insert, I'll just slide this out so you can see it a little more clearly. I actually have a list of all of the contents, disc by disc, what's on all of the different discs, which is quite nice. So very, very nice indeed. So each of these season sets does have a little selection of extras, which is quite nice. Get some behind the scenes insight there. So I'll just let you look at that while I just read it off the back here for you. So we have, of course, the Transformers Prime graphic novel. We've got an original making of special. We've got audio commentaries on a couple episodes. We've got a toy featurette about some of the toys, I guess, that tie into the show. And a preview for Season 2. So that's quite nice. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put this, I usually put this in this way, so it doesn't catch on the flap on the inside, you see. And then slide this in like that with the rounded edges of the case. It doesn't, I put that in the wrong way. It goes that way. There we go. And there we go. So you notice this is a slightly oversized box, a little bigger than the Blu-ray case, to accommodate the height of the graphic novel. It's just a little bit taller than the Blu-ray case. So then, of course, we have Season 2. No limited editions for any of the other seasons. That was strictly a Season 1 thing. But quite nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed these sets. I powered through a good chunk of the series a little while back. I just got completely sucked into it. Such a great story, great cast, everything. Absolutely love it. So there we go. So very similar to Season 1. This is also 26 episodes. They went a little more simple with the disc art this time around. Just the Autobot and Decepticon logos. But, you know, still looks pretty snazzy. And then once again, if we slide out the inside here, if I can, why is it sticking? Static electricity. Okay, there we go. So we got actually a pretty nice picture there. Looks good on the inside. And once again, disc by disc breakdowns. Now this one has some pretty cool extras. Let me just slide this back in here, and we'll go over that. Go nice and straight, and there we go. So we'll just take a look at that here while I go over the extras for you. So bonus features, we've just got a couple, but they're pretty cool ones. We got brand new interviews with the creative team, so that's about the making of the show. And then this one's really cool. We have Optimus Prime up close and personal, a panel featuring Larry King, yes, that Larry King, and Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime himself, from the San Diego Comic-Con International in 2012. So that's pretty sweet. So you actually get one of the greatest interviewers in history talking to the man himself, Peter Cullen. I mean, that's a pretty sweet extra right there. Next up, we've got Season 3, Beast Hunters. Yeah, so this is where they changed things up a little bit, and things went in some pretty major new directions. Pretty cool stuff. So very nice. And once again, just a slip cover for this release. I was really happy to get the slip covers for all these, actually, because I didn't buy any of these seasons until long after they'd already been out for a while. I just kind of bought them all more or less at the same time. And I was really happy to get the slip covers with them, because often when you waffle on stuff like this, you don't always get the slip covers with it. So it's nice to have all of them. So, of course, the collection has a nice uniform look across the set. Just going to spin this around here. There we go. So Season 3 was a shorter season. It was only 13 episodes. But that brings it up to the magic syndication number of 65 episodes, which means if they so desired, they could sell it into daily syndication and have it run Monday through Fridays. So that's basically 65 is the magic episode number for that. The reason being a broadcast year is, of course, 52 weeks, split into 13-week blocks. So 65 episodes means they could run it 5 days a week for 13 weeks and repeat every episode 4 times in that 52-week period. By a similar token, a lot of shows would have 13 episodes and be shown once a week. So again, fitting into that 13-week block and being able to show each episode once a week, 4 times in that 52 weeks. So there you go. That's pretty much been a standard for syndication for as long as I can remember. I know back in the 80s that was pretty common, where a daily show. That's why a lot of shows from the 80s you'll find had a single season of 65 episodes, is because they were just sold straight into syndication. So they would go right into the Monday to Friday slot to get lots of exposure. And then that was that. So yeah, that's a really nice picture there, actually. Is that the Nemesis? I think that's the Nemesis. Yeah, love that picture. It's really good. So let's just quickly go over the extras for season 3, the final season. So just take a look at that here while I go over the extras for you. So once again, only a couple of things here. We got some more audio commentaries, which we did not have on season 2, so that's pretty cool. And we have another San Diego Comic-Con panel. We've got the Transformers Prime panel from the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con. So a little more than just Peter Cullen on that one, I think. Got a little bit more info about the show from the folks who made it for us. It's always very cool. There was a lot of tie-in merchandise for this as well. I mean, there was, of course, toys, but there was also a book, The Art of Transformers Prime, which I really need to pick up one of these days. I think there was also a soundtrack album, too. So, yeah, this was a very, very well-received series. It actually won some Daytime Emmy Awards and some other awards. Was critically acclaimed by both fans and critics alike. And after watching it, it's really easy to see why. I mean, this is some serious quality writing and a treat for Transformers fans, old and new. So, after Season 3, we had a TV movie, a brief reuniting of the cast from the series to do Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacons Rising. There you go. And this is the final chapter of Transformers Prime. Takes place shortly after the events of Season 3 and kind of ties everything up. And we just slide this out here. So same artwork on the case there and on the back. And then we just crack this open. Hey, look at that. We got, what is it, a Nintendo DS Transformers game, or pair of Transformers games. What is it? You got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, the Nintendo DS games. Interesting. So based on 2 of the movies there. And then on the back you got, it's kind of weird, they released the movie before they released Season 3 on Blu-ray. So I had to double check. I was pretty sure the movie took place after the show, but couldn't remember. It's been a while since I've seen these, and then sure enough, I was right in my memory that the show or the movie takes place after the show. But for whatever reason, they released them in reverse order on Blu-ray. But this one is basically just a, I think it's a DVD. Yeah, DVD and Blu-ray. So I don't know why none of the others have DVD and Blu-ray. They're strictly Blu-ray, but this one gave you both for some reason. And if we look underneath, we've got a little bit of artwork there. Kind of take some of the glare off it there. There we go. Very nice indeed. So here we get, I think it's Unicron stirring up trouble again. Always comes back to Unicron, doesn't it? Yeah, of course it does, because Unicron's awesome. And there we go. So in terms of extras, we got a few goodies on here. We have a look behind the scenes of Predacons Rising. So yeah, pretty skimpy on the extras there, but hey, something is better than nothing, right? And there we go. So let's just put the whole works here. Well, there's more than 3, so we're gonna have to pull back a bit. And there we have it. The complete epic saga of Transformers Prime. Yeah, if you're a Transformers fan and you haven't checked this out yet, do yourself a treat and get it. You won't regret it. It's fantastic. And there you go. And I realized I said that Shout Factory ditched the whole Transformers series on Blu-ray, yet just last week, prior to the recording of this video, they put out Transformers the movie in 4K. So, okay, cool. We have Transformers the movie again. Can we get the other stuff we don't have, please? Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyway, if you'd like to get any of these Blu-rays for your collection, I will, of course, include Amazon links in the description down below. As always, big thanks to those of you who use my Amazon links. It doesn't cost you any more when you're shopping on Amazon to use those links, but it does send a little kickback my way, which helps to support the show, and I really appreciate that a lot for those of you who use those links. Yeah, so that is it from me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed. Big thanks to you for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Be sure to catch me on Twitch. I stream just about every day, and I will see you next time. Until then, sayonara.